Great.
All right, we're here live. This is the Brews and Bets Super Bowl podcast. My name is Steve Ricciardi. With me this time is Thomas T-Hops Hopkins, local Hudson County. I'm in New Jersey, so he's a local gambler. Thomas, how we doing?
We are doing fine. We are enjoying this magical, getting ready for the Super Bowl. You know, that's all about. It's all about getting ready for the Super Bowl and wagering a lot of money and hopefully winning a lot of money.
So what is your betting strategy for this Super Bowl? Are you looking to play prop bets? You're looking to bet the game? We're going to get right into the game in a minute, but what is your strategy overall? What are you looking at?
I'm really not a big prop bet type of guy. I do like the game. I will bet some prop bets. I like Edelman, a lot of Edelman prop bets that I looked at. I do like some Gronkowski prop bets as well. MVP prop bets obviously factor into some of the things that I'm looking at. Everybody thinks it's going to be Brady. I guess we'll talk about that in a few, but I do have a sleeper on who I think the MVP will be.
So since you said Brady, I'm assuming that you think New England's going to win this game, but we're going to open that up in a second. What we're going to look to do here, T-Hops and I are going to pick our Super Bowl winners right off the bat. We're just going to go right into it and talk about where we think this game's going to go. We'll get right into the over/under, and then from there we'll just do our best with some of the props. As he mentioned, he likes a couple props. We'll go through some of the player props. We'll go through some of the toss-up props, like the coin toss, and then we'll go from there. But so T-Hops, I'm going to throw it to you. How does this game play out? Who wins this game? What's a final score? And in that final score, you're going to give me an over/under. So who do you think wins this game?
So I obviously I'm a Brady guy. I do think that the Patriots win this game. I think that Patriots come out, score early in the first quarter. Depending on what the Rams defense does, the Rams defense, they do have guys like Sue, guys like Donald, guys like Fowler, guys like Peters, who they got, but I just don't think it's enough against Brady, Edelman, Hogan, Gronk, Michael. You can't say enough about the Patriots offensive line, very underrated. So I am thinking the Patriots win by 6, and I do think it is going to be a high-scoring game. I do think the Patriots are going to control the first half, and I think it's going to be something like we saw last week. I think Jared Goff is a great young prime quarterback. I think that, they'll come out in the third quarter. I think they'll be down 2 touchdowns going into the half. I think they'll come back, and then I think they'll trade blows, touchdown for touchdown. But I think in the end, it's just going to be a little bit too much Brady. You always want number 12 with the ball in his hands.
All right. So again, I don't know who you're betting with. This weekend, I actually have a bet on FanDuel. Again, we're in New Jersey, for anybody that doesn't know this. This is the Jersey Boys podcast, and for the most part, we're in Jersey. So I got some money spread around, but right now I had a bet in FanDuel. I actually picked the Rams at the beginning of the playoffs to win the Super Bowl at plus 500. So I actually hedged out on that, and I'm going to basically make about $1,400 either way. So now at this point, I don't know if I'm gonna put more money on the Patriots or the Rams. I just wanted to make sure I hedged out earlier in the week before the line moved, and I was able to get it at a good line. But now that the Patriots are at minus 2.5, PointsBet is a new gaming site in New Jersey. Thomas, I know I sent it to you. Did you go on at all?
I saw what you sent it to me. I saw some of the basketball things, because I do like to bet on college basketball as well. So I did see it. Are they matching something this weekend?
They're basically letting you put your first bet up to $500, and you get a free play. So if you lose, you get your $500 back in a bet. They also have a couple other things like a points betting option, which is high risk, high reward. Basically, if you take the over under, right? So on their site right now, it's at 56. If you take the over 56 and you bet a fixed amount, you're getting that bet for each point over, or you're paying that bet for each point under. So it's not just like a normal $5 bet, you're actually paying a multiple of how many points it's over and a multiple of how many points it's under. When I looked at it at first, I thought it would be a good idea. And then when I saw how much I could win or lose, I was like, all right, I'm not getting too crazy with that. I want to keep my $1,500 profit. So, but the nice thing about this Super Bowl bet here is they're giving you a no juice 2.5 points. So if you like the Patriots, you can get minus 2.5 at plus 100, no juice. They're not charging any juice for this bet. And you can get the Rams at plus 2.5, plus 100. And I'll be honest with you, I'm on the Rams. If I have to pick right now, if you asked me yesterday, I'd probably say I'm on the Patriots. It's like every day I'm going back and forth. But I'm on the Rams. It was my bet at the beginning of the Super Bowl. I put that bet in. And I still do like the Rams. And again, I like them for a lot of the reasons you just said. I think their defensive line is very good. I think Sue up front with Donald. I mean, Donald's a beast, but the fact that he's going to get double teamed the whole game allows Sue and those other guys to kind of put the pressure on the quarterback. Brady's been outstanding. I don't think he's been sacked in his 2 playoff games. If he did get sacked, he may have been sacked once. I don't know if you know that stat, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't been sacked yet in the playoffs. He's been getting the ball out real quick, and I think this is where I think the game is gonna be high scoring. I think if the Rams get the ball first, it's gonna be high scoring. I think if the Patriots get the ball first, they're gonna try to run the football. They're gonna try to use their big offensive line with Sony Michel and try to just kind of have one of those real long drives. Like they did last week, but they're only going to be able to play that game so long. Again, I believe last week they gave up 31 points to Kansas City in the second half, right? Something like that. Wasn't it something crazy?
Correct.
Yeah, so I'm a little concerned if the Rams get the ball first and score. I think that this is going to be over. First team to 35, 38 points wins. By the same token, I think if the Patriots get the ball first and they're going to try to slow it down a little bit, run the football, try to get that long sustained drive. And again, that's huge because if they can get that long 6, 7, 8 minute sustained drive to start the game, that puts the Rams defense on their heels. If they can get a quick stop, get them back on the field, now you're playing against a tired defense, get another long drive, and that could set the tone for the game. So I think that's what the Patriots are going to look to do. Usually Belichick, we all know this. What does he usually do with the coin toss? He usually wants to give the other team the ball first, and he wants to get in the second half. But both games in this playoffs, one time I think I'm pretty sure the San Diego game, he was the one that deferred. Right? Did he defer in the Kansas City, or did Kansas City want the Patriots to have the ball? I know he deferred in the San Diego game. I don't
remember.
I don't remember that one. But I know in the San Diego game, he wanted the ball first. They won New England won the coin toss and wanted the ball first. And again, I think he kind of used his Jedi mind tricks to his advantage.
So they got the ball the first against Kansas City.
No, I know they got the ball first, but I don't know if he wanted the ball or if Kansas City gave them the ball. That's what I was asking. I don't know if Belichick made that decision, but I know they got the ball first in both games. So again, I think they're going to want the ball first. I think Belichick knows he doesn't want to be down 7-0. He wants to have the first drive to be able to set the tone for the game. I'm pretty sure that's what he's looking to do. So personally, I kind of want the Rams to get the ball, and if they get the ball and score, I think we're going to get a high-scoring Super Bowl.
And here's why I agree on that. I think it's going to be a high-scoring Super Bowl. For me personally, I'm going to bet the Patriots every time the Rams score. So if the Rams are winning 7-0, I'm betting the Patriots live. If the Rams are winning 14-7, I'm betting the Patriots live. I love what you're saying. I think you're right about everything you're saying about Goff and that defense. But I think when it comes down to it, Goff is still so young. He's going to make a mistake here or there. And at the end of the day, Tom Brady has been just incredible these playoffs. I mean, can you name the offensive line? Can you name one of the guys that are offensive line on the Patriots? I mean, you can't really name who these guys are. And you throw a Sonny Michael back there. You throw a Rex Burkhead back there. Last week was maybe Gronk's best game of the playoffs and maybe the best game of his last 6-7 games that he had. He had that big third down conversion. I think Gronk had his best game we've seen in a while. He's throwing to Chris Hogan. He's throwing to Julian Edelman, guys that I just don't. You just don't see it often in the NFL anymore. Golf, he's throwing to Cooks. He's throwing to Woods. Is Gurley going to be healthy? That's going to be the real key. Is Gurley going to be out? Gurley rarely played last week.
Yeah, I think he had 5. I think he had 5 total touches.
Yes. So do you trust CJ Anderson in a Super Bowl? I mean, they have to establish a run, and Brian Flores has been doing an amazing job as the Patriots defense coordinator. That's probably why he's going to get that job in Miami as the head coach. I think
that it's not so much trusting CJ Anderson. I think he's a decent enough back. He's a journeyman, don't get me wrong, but he's a decent enough back. I think the thing is that you're talking about the offensive line, defensive line play, both for both offenses and both defenses. If they're able to just get a push, a 1 or 2 yard push, I think they're both going to be able to run the football. And again, both teams have been able to run the football regardless of who was really in the backfield. I think this is going to be a very difficult with Aaron Donald at the point and Dominic and Sue on the defensive line. I think this is going to be very difficult for New England to run the football. I think they're going to have to pass, which is also why I think Brady's going to want Belichick's going to want the ball in Brady's hands first and try to get that first opening drive, sustain a nice long drive. Let's get into some. Go ahead, T.
We'll give you some stats before we go there. I know they are playing on turf this weekend, and in the season so far on turf, Brady has attempted 379 attempts for 253 completions for 2,953 yards, 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. So there's a little stat for you on turf. Completion percentage is 66.8. So he's putting up a lot more numbers on turf, a lot higher interceptions because he's throwing the ball more. But you're probably right. They're probably gonna be throwing the ball probably 35 to 40 times.
Yeah, and again, that's one of the prop bets. I think the attempts for Brady is like 38. We're gonna get into them right now. So there's 440 props on this game. I'm gonna throw out some props for you. I'll set you up, and then we can go through some of the things that you like too. But for the most part, the weather could play an issue here. I don't think they've made a decision whether or not they're going to close the dome or leave that kind of. I don't think it's not open, but there's kind of like a hole in the middle of the dome in Atlanta, and I don't think they've made a decision yet whether they're going to open it, keep it open, or keep it closed. And again, the reason it's an issue is because there is going to be some potential for rain. Snow, rain, some kind of a mix. There's actually supposed to be snow like today, I believe, right? Isn't it like today or yesterday it was supposed to be snow?
Very, very cold.
Very cold. And again, on Sunday, the high is 47, the low is 35 with potential rain. So again, I kind of hope that they close it so that the rain isn't an issue. I also want a lot of points, right? It's a Super Bowl. We're all playing a box pool. We want to see a lot of points. We want to win some boxes. Some people are playing that minutes pool, and again, the more scores you get, the more possible winners in that. So that could play an issue. T-Hops, let's go through some of the fun bets first. Coin toss. You like anything here?
I don't play around with that, man. That's 50-50. I mean,
no, you got to play the big, so you're not even getting 50-50.
I'm not playing a coin toss.
All right, so I'm just gonna throw them out there for you. Just pick something, just for the fun of it. If you actually like it, let me know.
Unless Matthew Slater was standing next to me, because Matt Slater, he's good at doing that.
He's good at the coin toss. I'm gonna go heads. If anybody's gonna say like, all right, let's find out what Steve's betting and let's bet. I'm not betting it. Don't get me wrong, but I would bet heads. Color of Bill Belichick's top: navy blue, gray, white, red. Navy blue is actually minus 200.
Well, then navy blue it probably is going to be, but you never know with Belichick. So you know what? I'm going to go out and say gray.
I actually, gray is plus 140. I think he's going to go with a gray hoodie. No sleeves, cut the sleeves. That's what I think he's on. Color of Gatorade poured on the winning coach.
If it's the Patriots, I'll say orange.
I'm going to go.
I say yellow.
Now, is orange your favorite color?
No.
Okay, because my favorite color is the lime green. It's actually plus 200, so I'm just going to go with lime green. Orange is plus 300, and blue is plus 350, red's plus 400, clear water is plus 500. Why would you? Nobody dumps water on a coach. You know you gotta pay to the sponsor, right?
You got to.
First team. Who the MVP thank first? Teammates, God, family member, owner, or the city?
Well, if it's Brady, he's going to thank his wife. I mean, you know that's coming.
So I'm going to say family plus 400.
I'm going to say family. Yeah, I'm going to say family. If it's Brady, he's going to definitely thank his wife.
All right, plus 400. We'll do that. Team that scores first to win the game. That's actually a fun one. I think if the Patriots, I actually do think the team that scores first does win the game because I think that's going to set the tone. I think the Patriots are trying to set the tone. They want to have a long, sustained drive, and I think they want to score. I would say the team to score a touchdown first. Unfortunately, I don't think.
Because I agree with you. I think the team that scores a touchdown first. Because I think if the Rams get the ball, I think they kick a field goal first. I think they score first. I think they kick a field goal. I think if the Patriots get the ball first, I think they punt the ball. I'm not going to say it's 3 and out, but I say they get a good drive down the field and they punt the ball. I think if the Rams get the ball first, I think it's a field goal from Zerline.
All right, so we're gonna get into some actual game props now, T. I'm gonna start with the quarterbacks. All right, so I'm in the quarterbacks market. Again, I'm using PointsBet for all of these numbers. I have my stuff written down, but I want to know what you're thinking. Earlier in the week, these numbers have changed because earlier in the week when I looked at it, I wrote down different numbers. Earlier in the week, passing yards, Brady was at 289.5. It's still at 289.5. Jared Goff was at 272.5. And I thought about putting a bet in and I didn't. It's now up to 285.5. So what do you like either one of these quarterbacks to throw for 289.5 yards or 285.5 yards?
I like both to throw for 300, over 300. I think it's going to be, especially if Gurley's not playing, because have they announced Gurley's playing or not? I mean, he really didn't play last week. If Gurley's not playing, they have to throw the ball. They just have to throw the ball more than just, running it. I think Sean McVay is going to put it in Goff's hands. They got the weapons around them. And Brady obviously is going to want to throw the ball. I mean, I know Belichick has a game plan, but, they're going to want to throw the ball. I think they both throw for over 300 yards.
I agree with you. I think they're both going to throw for over 300 yards. I think Gurley's going to play, and I don't know how bad the injury is after, it's been 2 weeks since he had the 5 touches, I guess 2 weeks ago. So it's been 2 weeks that he's been playing, but I think he's gonna get the ball. Now on PointsBet, quarterback passing yards, they have the over under for the game of 289 for Brady at minus 120. But then they have Tom Brady to pass for 300 plus yards at minus 149. So that line is off. You're better off just going over 289, and you get a better number on that. And then they have some other bets: Brady over 350. Then they have Goff over 300 and stuff like that. But I agree with you. I think both guys are going to be over 300 yards. Quarterback pass attempts: Tom Brady over 38.5. Goff over 38.5. What do you think there?
I think that's tough. I think it all depends on the game. I like the number at 35. It's usually hovers around 35. I like, that one's a tough one for me. I would say under, but I think the Rams defense is more susceptible to longer passes. So I would say for Brady under, I would say for Goff over.
I think this is a tough number because, again, I think it all has to do with who gets that first drive. If the Patriots get the game going the way they want it to go, I think that both guys could be under. If the Rams get the game going the way they want it to go, I think both guys could be over. I think it's really depends on that first drive. And I hope that does set the tone. Quarterback pass completions: Brady over 26.5, Goff over 24.5.
Brady, yes. Goff, yes.
Okay, interesting. These guys are going to be throwing for a lot of yards here. Any player to throw for over 400 plus yards, if you say yes, you're at plus 400.
No, I don't see it happening. I mean, that's a lot of yards. I don't see that happening at all.
All right, how about this one, T? Passing touchdowns over under. Tom Brady over 1.5 is minus 208. Jared Goff over 1.5 is minus 185. This will be the last quarterback props, and then we'll get into some running back stuff.
Oh, yeah, I think Brady for sure. I think Goff for sure. I think Goff definitely maybe 3. I would say Brady maybe 3 or 4.
3 or 4. So we're talking about like you're saying 3 or 4. You're saying there's definitely going to be 6 touchdowns in this game. That's 42 points right there.
Yes. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be a watch. Don't move from the couch and just watch him just sling the ball.
Well, I won't be moving from the couch either way, but
I know.
All right, so rushing yards in the game. Let's look at some of these guys. Interesting. Gurley, I believe they dropped his rushing. No, they actually put his rushing yards higher. Very interesting. So Sony Michel over 77. We're in rushing yards now. Sony Michel over 77.5 rushing yards. It's at minus 120 for the over. What do you think here with Sony Michel?
It's tough because, he played early on in the first half last week, right? And then they went to Burkhead in the second half a lot more. So I think it all kind of depends with the way the game is flowing. Over 77, I do think they have to get a good run production from what's Burkhead? Do they have Burkheads? Or do they only have?
Oh yeah, I got all of them. You got Sony Michel over 77. You have Burkhead over 20. You have James White over 17.5.
Burkhead's over 20 yards?
Over under is 20.5, yeah.
Oh, I'm taking Burkhead on the over. I'll take Mike Sonny on the under.
Okay. I actually think what you said originally, and again, I'm going to keep going back to this, but I think that a lot of this has to do with that first possession. So if that first possession goes in the Patriots' way, I can see Sony getting over 77 yards. I can see if the Patriots get the ball first, him getting easily 20, 30, 40 yards in that first possession, because I think they're just going to ride him and try to pound that defense. The thing is, I don't know if they're going to have a lot of success running the football. So you could have some James White receiving yards that I actually hit a couple of weeks ago coming back into play. But let's go over to the Rams now. You have C.J. Anderson over 42.5, over unders 42.5. You have Robert Woods over under 7.5. We can maybe get an end around there. Jared Goff over under 6.5. And Todd Gurley over under 64.5.
I won't touch the Robert Woods. I don't like this stupid end arounds. I will touch the Jared Goff. I think Jared Goff is mobile enough to get over 6.5. I think there's going to be some time in the game where he's going to have to roll out the pocket and run for a first down or get a couple yards with using his feet. If Gurley's playing, he's going to get over. I think C.J. Anderson's going to be under. I think it's going to be a heavy dose of giving the ball to Gurley.
Now, here's a bet that I just saw. Tom Brady over 1.5 yards is plus 125. Now, again, he hasn't been sacked I don't think he's been sacked in the playoffs. Okay? So with that being said, also, they like to use Brady on the quarterback keeper on like 3rd and 4th down every once in a while.
Correct.
So if he gets 1.5 yards, that's an easy way to get a plus 125 if he isn't sacked. You know
Correct.
what I mean?
I did like I think there is a prop bet there of Brady scoring a touchdown. I do like Brady scoring a touchdown on a QB sneak. Usually that's 1 yard, and that will hinge on the 0.5. So I would say under, but I do think he does score a touchdown.
Listen, this is why I have you on the show, buddy. You look at all angles, so I like that. Running back, again, they have running back props to get over 50, over 75, over 100. We're not going to do that. We kind of just did the individual stuff. Rushing yards head-to-head, Sony Michel and Todd Gurley. Sony Michel is minus 166. Gurley is plus 125. I'm pretty confident in Sony Michel winning that head-to-head battle. I mean, you got to give some juice, minus 166. You feel the same way? Agree? Disagree? What do you think?
Agreed. Agreed.
Agree. Okay, so we're in the same there. Longest rushing attempt. C.J. Anderson over under is 12.5.
C.J. Anderson over 12. I would say under.
Under. How about Sony Michel over under 17.5?
I think they're gonna stop him up front. I think Donald Sue is a heavy workload up front. So I would say under.
Tom Brady over under 2.5 longest rushing attempt. I love this Brady rushing prop. I'm going to be honest with you. I really do like it.
Well, it would go back to me saying that he has a touchdown, but over 2.5 attempts, does he get stuffed? He usually never gets stuffed when he does the QB sneak. So I would say under.
Any player to have 100+ rushing yards. Yes is plus 125. No is minus 166.
If it's going to be anybody, I think it's going to be Gurley. So I would say yes, Gurley.
Yes, so you get decent money there, plus 125. And again, if anybody does, it's going to be Sony Michel or Gurley. But rushing attempts, Sony Michel over under 17.5. This is interesting because this will kind of tell me where your head's at in terms of, over under. Are they really going to be running the ball that much? So Sony Michel over under 17.5. It's kind of a pick 'em. Under, yeah.
I like under.
I like under too. Gurley over under 14.5. C.J. Anderson, over under 10.5.
It all depends on the health once again of Gurley, right? I mean, if Gurley's healthy, I would say over Gurley, under C.J. Anderson. If Gurley's unhealthy, you have to say under and you have to say over on Anderson. No one knows at this point if he's healthy or not. No one knows what's even wrong with the guy.
I'll give you one more only because I think you're going to like this. Rex Burkhead over under 4.5 rushing attempts.
Oh, that's an over. That is an over.
Okay.
I like that one.
I kind of like this one. Josh Reynolds over 0.5 to get a rushing attempt. I kind of like Josh Reynolds. He's real fast. I kind of like him to get. Yeah, I think they run those end arounds. You know what I mean? They usually do it with what's his name? Robert Woods. They usually do it with Woods, but I wouldn't. I can see them giving it to Josh Reynolds. Basically, they have just about all the receivers over under a 0.5. So if you have a lean on any of those, by all means, go for it. T, I want to get into the receivers. Anything else that you want me to get into before we do receivers? Because I kind of want to finish with the receivers here. No, go ahead. All right, so let me get back and get to the receivers because this is really where I'm looking to make a bet right now. So here's the receiver markets. Player receptions. Patterson over under 1.5. I kind of like the over there. I do like the over. I think he's going to spread it around. And again, I think they're going to struggle running the ball, so they're going to have to throw. And I think Brady's going to be looking to get rid of the ball quick. And Cordarrelle Patterson is fast as you know what. And again, he throws that little shovel pass to him, which is a very low risk pass. But it just gets the ball out of his hands. You know what I mean? Out of the shotgun, Patterson will run right in front of him. He'll just kind of flip him the ball, and that counts as a pass attempt. So, I mean, you get one other besides that, you're over 1.5. So I really like Cordarrelle Patterson over 1.5. Mark that down as one of my bets that I will be making. Gerald Everett over 2.5. Over under is 2.5. I think they're going to throw the ball. Goff's going to throw the ball, so I would say over. I do like the over in that one too. I may even bet it. That's actually plus 114 over 2.5. I like that one a lot. That Cordarrelle Patterson bet, I really do like over 1.5, just so everybody knows that. James White over under 6. Under. I haven't seen him enough in the last couple games to think that they're going to throw him the ball. And I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that they had the success running. When they don't have the success running, I think they're going to throw it to him. I could see him being right around 6. So I think that's a great number for him. Josh Reynolds over under 3.5. You like Josh Reynolds. I know you want to say over. I'm going to say under. I know something about you that says Josh Reynolds is going to have a big game. No, I think that they're going to give him a rush. I think he's really fast. I think he's going to get like 3 receptions. So it's not something to bet. Julian Edelman, I absolutely love in this game. His over-under is 6.5 receptions. I think he's a slam dunk to be over. I could see him getting anywhere from 12 to 15 targets in this game. And again, with the matchups, he's gonna be the guy that Brady's gonna look to get the ball to. And again, on third down, he's money for him. But I think he's gonna need to move the ball around. But I think he's gonna need to really get it to Edelman more on first and second down. So over under 6.5. A lot of those bets, T, just so you know, were kind of pick 'em bets. This Edelman over 6.5 is minus 185. So you got to lay some juice to play it.
I like the over.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like the minus 185, but I do like the over there. Philip Dorsett over under 2.5. Gronk over under 3.5. I think Gronk's going to be pass blocking a lot in this game. They did use him late in the Saints, not the Saints game. What am I talking about? Late in the Chiefs game because they had a matchup disparity. He just had a big height advantage. They were able to throw some jump balls to him, but I really think that they're going to use him as a blocker here, and they're going to need to with the pass rush that the Rams can put on.
I like the Gronk over.
Did you like the Gronk over? Okay.
I think Gronk plays a big part of this game.
They're talking about him possibly retiring after this game.
Yes, this might be his last game. I think he goes out a winner, and I think he has a big game. I'll say 8 catches for Gronk.
T, I'm just telling you, you look very studious with the glasses on. I mean, we're ready to make some money here, buddy. Robert Woods over under 5.5 receptions.
Over.
Tyler Higbee, who's a guy who I really like. Tyler Higbee over under 2 receptions.
I'm going to say under.
I really like the Rams tight ends. I wish they would throw them a little bit more, and then that would be a slam dunk. They have Brandon Cooks over under 5.5. CJ Anderson over under 0.5. They don't even think he's going to get a catch. He actually had 1 catch last week. I actually looked that up. And maybe if you find out that Gurley isn't playing or is still limited in any way, you may want to hit the over. CJ Anderson over 0.5.
What is
receptions real quick?
What is it at?
It's over under 0.5, and it's a pick 'em.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, but again, you need to know that Gurley isn't in the game.
Correct.
So here we go. This is the bet that I'm looking to make. We're going to receiving yards. Okay. My bet. Actually, you know what? Let's do the receiving yards first, and then we'll get into the bet. So Gronk over under 55.5. Just let me know if you like any of these. I don't want to, have you answer all of them. James White over under 51 yards. Dorsett over under 30. Go ahead.
I like Gronk.
You like Gronk over under 50?
Yep.
55?
Yep.
I kind of like Dorsett over under 30.
You like
Cordarrelle,
over or the under?
I like over. I like over 30 for him. Cordarrelle Patterson over under 15.5. I like the over for him.
I would agree.
Julian Edelman over under 80.5.
I think he has to have a big game in order for them to win. So I would say over.
Now on this site, it's 80.5. I believe I was looking at either FanDuel or DraftKings because I have accounts with all of them. And Edelman was over 75.5, and it was minus 120. So you can basically get the same juice, unless it's been changed, which could possibly happen if people are betting it. But Edelman, you could find him at 75.5 if they didn't change that. Edelman has the advantageous matchup because the Rams have 2 good cover corners, and their weak spot is in the slot. And again, the 2 cover corners are going to be on the outside guys. So Edelman playing out of the slot, he's going to have the advantage. Brandon Cooks over under 73. Woods over under 71. Josh Reynolds over under 47. Hogan over under 42.
I like
Everett,
Hogan.
You like Hogan over 42. And again, the long ball is open against the Rams. You had mentioned that earlier, and that is where they are susceptible in the passing game. Gerald Everett over under 23. Higbee over under 22. One. Gerald Everett?
I like Everett, yep.
Yeah, he finds a way to get himself open and usually does have 1 or 2 nice yardage play. I think he had a nice catch and run last week. Also, he's real athletic against the Saints. And then Gurley over under 32. I think under 32 is actually a great play. So here's my play. My play is Julian Edelman to get 125 plus receiving yards. That pays off plus 350. I like Edelman to really get off here. So that's gonna be my play. What do you think about that, T?
I think I said I think Edelman's going to have a big game. I think Edelman has to have a big game to win. I just think that they're going to throw him the ball. I think that you said that over under was 8 or 6 or something like that. I think
6.5. Yeah, 6.5.
I think they're going to try to get him 18, 19 attempts. I think, again, from Brady, that when it's third down, he's going to Edelman. He's either going to Edelman or he's going to Gronk. Those are the two people that you can trust.
So here's my betting strategy. I haven't decided if I'm going to make this bet or not, but if I do make this bet, this is how I'm going to do it. PointsBet is offering a $500 free bet, which basically means if you bet and you lose, you're going to get a $500 bet. You don't get the free bet unless you lose. So there's no reason not to play the bet. So I'm thinking about putting 500 on Edelman over 125 yards. So that'll pay plus 350 on that bet. The other bet I like is any player in the game to have 100 plus receiving yards. Any player in the game, either team. So if Edelman gets, let's say, 110 yards, I lose the other bet, but I get the free play. So I get the $500 free play, and I win this bet. You know what I mean? If either guy from the Rams, most likely to get it would be Edelman for the Patriots, and then most likely to get it for the Rams would, it could be Cooks, it could be Woods. But you just need somebody in the game to get 100 receiving yards, one player to get 100.
And what's that line at?
That's at minus 142.
It's pretty low.
And I'm thinking if I put 1,000 on that at minus 142, that'll basically cover the $500 bet on Edelman.
Correct. So you're basically hoping for double on Edelman. I think if you're lucky, you'll get the Edelman and you'll get Edelman double. I think Edelman's going to have 100 and Edelman wins it both for you right there.
Well, again, if Edelman, I'm going to bet Edelman plus 125. I'm sorry, to get over 125 yards. So I like Edelman over 125 yards at plus 350. But I'd put the $500 free bet on that, and then I'd bet somebody in the game, any receiver to get over 100 yards. Yes, it's minus 142. Throw 1,000 on that.
Yeah, that's why they call you the big guy, right? Because you're just gonna throw 1,000 on these little prop bets, and that's why I don't like these prop bets, right? Because you don't know who knows. For instance, Julian Edelman could get hurt in the first quarter, and then these prop bets are. I mean, that's why I don't like this prop bets. I like on the game, what I think is going to happen, who's going to win, and hopefully it's a good game. I know the prop bets make it exciting and, heads, tails, all this stuff, but, it's not for me. It's not for me.
No, I mean, that's
only
fine.
For some people.
Listen,
only for some people.
You don't have to worry about those prop bets. You don't have to make them. It's the bet that I'm thinking about right now. And again, PointsBet is offering a free $500 bet. So I'm thinking if you're gonna bet something $500, that's why I put on my FanDuel bet. My FanDuel bet was a free $500 bet, and I put it on the Rams to win the Super Bowl. So now I was able to hedge out and guarantee myself $1,300 profit. So I'm basically reinvesting that money into a possibility of winning like $3,000 instead of just winning, or actually of winning like $4,500, because I would win the $1,300 if I win this bet and win another $3,000. Whereas I just walk away with nothing, which is fine. I'm 0 to 4,500.
4,500 sounds a lot better.
4,500 sounds great. You know what I mean? Or I could just keep the money in my pocket, take the free money because I was able to hedge out and guarantee myself $1,400.
A win is a win.
Yeah. You see, you're playing both sides of the coin here, so you may as well play the coin toss. So T-Hops, we're at the conclusion here. So again, the bets that I'm looking at, just to let everybody know, I want to be upfront and honest. I'm looking at somebody to get over 100 receiving yards. I'm looking to make that play at minus 142. I'm looking to probably throw about 1,000 on that. The other bet that I'm looking to play is Edelman over 125 yards. That pays plus 350. And then if I did play another bet, it would probably be Patterson over 1.5 catches. So basically to get 2 catches. There's no way, there's no possible way they're not going to throw that little shovel pass. That'll be one. And then if he gets another catch, that'll be the second one. And that was like +1. I'm lying because I don't have my phone open right now, but +125 or +140, something like that. So T, anything that you're definitely playing in this game?
In terms of prop bets, I do like Burkhead. Like I said, I think Burkhead gets touches. I do like Burkhead over. I think it was 20 yards. I will look at that one. I do like the Everett bet, like you said. He's got a couple. If Goff's going to hit him down the middle, I think here and there this game, and then just basically, like I said, I'll go back to it in the game. I really, really, really do hope the Rams score first. You live bet the Patriots. And every time the Rams take the lead, you live bet the Patriots.
So how much are you laying on these live bets?
It just depends. I mean, I really honestly think that the Patriots are going to win. I did make a bet earlier in the season that the Rams would win the Super Bowl. So I'm going to hedge that.
So you're hedging out. Yeah.
I'm hedging out. Correct. I'm going to hedge out. Like I said, I don't hope, I hope the Patriots don't get the ball and just march down the field and score a touchdown. I hope they get the ball, punt, Goff has some miraculous play, they score a touchdown, people are so excited, and then hopefully I live bet the Patriots. Goff gets the ball again, he scores again, Patriots go down 14-0, you live bet the Patriots again. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a 14-0, Patriots are behind type of game.
All right, so T-Hops, we got to talk a little bit about your buddy Xavier Silva. What exactly happened? He's a little under the weather? He got scared?
I think he's a little bit under the weather, but when we talk sports, me and Xavier, he likes to argue with me, thinks I don't know what I'm talking about. But he's look at the teams that he likes. He likes the Knicks. He's always in misery. He thinks Carmelo is a good player. He likes the Mets, like me. Unfortunately, the Mets suck. And he's a Giants fan. I mean, I know we're all Giants fans, but you can't like the Knicks, Giants, and Mets. He's never really, besides the Giants, he's never really seen a sports team win. And then you ask him about college, like you like North Carolina, I like Arizona. He doesn't have a college team. He floats around from team to team. So, can you really trust somebody that doesn't have a college basketball team? I mean, come on.
No, I hear you. And he claims to know a lot about college basketball. So, I mean, he couldn't make it. He's sipping tea at home. Supposedly he worked out twice yesterday. I don't know what's going on. Eat Clean Bro is my sponsor. By all means, support them, especially in New Jersey. T-Hops, where can everybody find you on Twitter, Instagram? Let them know, and then we'll sign off, buddy.
T-Hop7, follow me on Twitter, T-Hop7 on Instagram. And hopefully we can do this again. Shout out to Eat Clean Bro. We can do this again. I know you guys do a lot of MMA. And that's your thing. MMA is not my sort of thing because I don't really know about it too much. I do like college basketball. I do like the NBA. Your North Carolina Tar Heels came out tonight and played ball finally, and they got a productive win. So, hopefully we can do this again.
Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking maybe for the NCAA tournament, we could do something for the NCAA tournament. And then maybe even for the NBA finals, do something maybe even before the NBA playoffs and do something like that. So yeah, we can definitely do one a week for the NCAA tournament. We could do one for each the field of 64, the field of 32, whatever you want to do. You just let me know. You just got to be prepared, brother.
I'm always prepared.
All right, man. We're signing off. That's Brews and Bets for the Super Bowl. Good luck.